Hi there, everyone. I really wish I could adjust the lighting for you, but as per usual, what we can do is I can adjust the lighting when we go over to Zoom. So this is an offering to everyone to go hang out in Zoom. So I'm here, a few moments of my time. I'll read out a couple books, perhaps. Talk about some ideas that I have. Hmm. Having question, like people question, how can he do this all day? Basically nonstop. Just take a breather to have a snack. Say hello to a couple people. Hmm. It's like breathing. The problem is not that I'll ever run out of things to say. It's can I get it all out on a piece of paper or out of my head, out of my mouth. I think it was Cannabis who quoted, oh, this great poem, and it's summarized as that idea. A lot of people don't have any ideas. A lot of people don't have anything to say. They don't, because it would get so tiring. It's like listening to rap on the radio or country music on the radio. It's all the same 3 minutes and 38 seconds of regurgitated nonsense material. Ain't nobody saying nothing because they're unoriginal. They're just repeating. People are paid to repeat each other. What a shame, huh? What a shame. I was talking to this is like why people are like Elpo, like dog chow, like puppy food, like like cafeteria food. Let's talk about school systems and cafeteria food. Talk about that. Would that be fun for you? Talk about puppies and cafeteria food and regurgitated material. Let's talk about baby birdies. Let's talk about school systems, education. Let's talk about people that are self-aggrandizing when they shouldn't be. People that believe like they're goats out here. They believe they're the greatest, and I'm not even that good. And I eat these people like cafeteria food because after I'm done eating them up, I'll just vomit them back out or I'll shit them into a toilet because that's how garbage cafeteria food is. That's how garbage the material that people offer is. I heard that all before. I heard that before. Give me something new, something original. They're like, you mean rapping about the same weak ass rhymes about cars and houses and money and bitches? But I'm gonna say bitches in a new way. I'm gonna say hoes. Oh no, I'm gonna call them a shorty. No, we're gonna call. Man, come on, give me something new. Help the world, assist the world, inspire the world. You're supposed to be a leader of the new school. Hip hop was about educating and educating while making people laugh. That's what teachers are supposed to do too. You teachers, that's the real preachers, the real teachers. It's the urban school system. I'm not talking about the out like in the brick and mortar classroom, but let's talk about the brick and mortar teachers. What are they? So I was reading this post today. That's what everybody does. They just oh, it's a circle jerk of these teachers. They circle jerk the shit out of each other. It's amazing to listen to it. Teachers don't get enough credit. They're underpaid. They really deserve more. No, they don't. Actually, they don't. What do you mean they're educating the youth? What are they educating them? How are they educating them? What kind of statist, fascist, propagandist, nonsense rhetoric are you spewing to people? That's the thing that's been going on forever. You know, if I'm a teacher, then every other teacher we have to congratulate them. They're the greatest ever. And you know what? They work hard. Just because somebody works hard doesn't mean they're worth what they're. You know what? You know what's hard to do? um, take a shovel and build a mountain of shit, and then uh, build a castle out of it and live in it. That's hard to do. Do you understand? That's hard to do, but why should anybody be paid or respected to do that? And we're supposed to go, that's hard work. Why do we, just because something's hard to do doesn't make it like we should put it on a pedestal. Well, you know it's hard to do, but it seems simple. It seems like I'm just talking. It seems like I'm just speaking. But I guarantee you, there's not a lot that can speak like I do. Because it's hard. Well, it's easy for me. I make it look easy. But you know what? When someone says, I want to be as good as Michael Jordan, I want to be as good as these basketball players, like, no, you don't. No, you do not. And I'll tell you exactly what they said. Every one of these great musicians. I want to play a guitar like B.B. King. No, you don't. Do you know what it takes? Do you know how many hours you have to fail at something? Do you know how many hours you need to put in to be as good as Michael Jordan was? Do you know what it's called? The theory of 10,000 hours. You heard the theory of 10,000 hours? It takes 10,000 hours to be professional at something. These people aren't professionals. They're well beyond that. I want to be that good. No, you don't. You don't want to spend 10,000 hours of your life dedicated, like, laser beam focused. There's a story that I heard from I think it was, I don't remember who I first heard this story from. The student comes to this teacher, and the teacher, this is what they do. They say, will you take me on as a student? And the teacher will either say yay or nay. The teacher says no. Come back in 10 years. Come back in 10 months, whatever. Gives them a time period. Comes back, waits on the doorstep, says, I'd like to be your student now. But I again, this well, how long will it take for me to be as good as you? It'll take you 20 years to be anywhere near as good as I am. Says the teacher to the wannabe student. Says, well, I would like to do it less. I'll work twice as hard as everybody else. It'll take you 30 years. What? The student's confused. Why but I said I'll work harder. And he says, but okay, I'll put in extra hours. How many hours a day? You work 8 hours a day. I'll put in 12 hours a day working to be even better. It'll take you 45 years. And the student is confused and it's not even a student yet. They're just questioning the teachers to why would it take longer if they put more work in. Does anybody know the answer to this riddle, this story? I'll leave that there because there's no one in the room, but I'll just leave that and you could figure the story out for yourself. There's a little more to it, but if you don't know the story, there's the beginning of it. But I want to talk a little bit more about teachers, school systems, and how these school systems that have been in place. Everybody says, oh, our schools they're not doing too good. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Knock, knock, wake up. Every school system has designed and perfectly tailored to suit the needs that it is perfected at its job. It hires the people that it needs to, and it's doing the service that it needs to for the purpose that it's serving. But it's not No, it's not for enlightening your children. It's not for making them more intelligent. It's not to make them question. It's not to make them wise. It's not to make them scholars. It's to make them obedient citizenry and systems of your larger system, the larger system of the school. And the school is working for who? What types of corporations? Who writes the books? What are they producing? Schools produce the product, and the product is the child. The students and the parents are like, well, it's not doing so good. The teachers and the curriculum, and no, they're teaching exactly what needs to be taught for the purposes that the schools are provided there for. Even if your kid got A pluses, you know what your A plus kid did? He went and bought $70 grams off of my kid. You know, my kids that lived in the ghetto, right? That's the story. That's always the joke. Because he wasn't too smart. He had all A pluses. So, but he'll fit somewhere in the system. He'll be fine. But these teachers, they always want to compliment, like, "Dad, these teachers, they work so hard. They're so good." No, they're not. They're not helping. They're not helping the advancement of humanity. They're not helping individuals. They're not helping the collective. They're not helping anyone. These teachers are no better than the food that's being served in the lunchroom. Do you think that if the so-called government that loves you so much, that wants to take care of you and give your children an education, wouldn't they at least serve them better food instead of slop on a plate? What kind of education do you think they're giving if what they're getting is a bunch of garbage on a plate? You think that's about the size of the education they're getting? Yep. But that's exactly what they're serving on purpose. You're not there to deepen your insight and become sort of scholar. You're there to be puppy food, to be goldfish, to be swallowed up and eaten. So, Khan, we'll be going over to the room in a little bit. Just wanted to get this out there because there's people that virtue signal. Here's people that virtue signal. Ah, teachers, they're the greatest. Just gonna say it again. No, they're not. Not in my book. People get upset at me, and I'm like, but you know what? I'm a teacher. Shouldn't you be virtue signaling me? Because I question the things that you're teaching, and I'm teaching you by questioning you, but you disrespect me, but you love all teachers. I thought you wanted teachers to be respected. A professor, in fact, should professors be respected? Teachers, professors? What about the gurus, the yogis, the ones that the the man on the mountain? Shouldn't they be respected? Yeah, they're all teachers, right? And you said teachers deserve to be respected, so why can't I get the respect I deserve? Well, because I'm questioning your teaching methods and your style, because your style is flatulence. You know what? You fart. I take big dumps. And speaking of taking a shit, the greatest thing about consuming turpentine is after you do, your shit will smell like black licorice. Your toilet won't, your bathroom won't stink. It won't smell like poo poo. It will smell like black licorice. And if you don't like, a lot of people don't like to eat black licorice, but the smell of it, awesome stuff. I like it. I like the smell of it. Anyways, so this virtue signaling they do, and the teachers are all they deserve. No, they don't. They're damaging. They're damaging the creativity. Sir Ken Robinson said he does a whole TED talk on how schools kill creativity. Is that what you want? You want your child to be more obedient, slave-like, not creative, not actually add anything of value to the world? Is that what you want? No person in their right mind would say yes, but yet that's in fact what they do. Go read John Tyler Gatto. Any of his books, you're going to tell me he wasn't a great teacher. In fact, he won awards. New York City and New York State Teacher of the Year. And then he said, I quit. Because he didn't want to harm children anymore. Because he understood what the school systems were doing. Read any of his books. Read the small ones. And if you get really, really into it, go read The Underground History of American Education. It's all based upon the Prussian school system. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Because, I mean, what do they teach? Go read The Lies My Teacher Told Me. That's just a short little read, little journey into the foolishness that we're taught. And we're supposed to congratulate and applaud these people and say thank you. Thank you for doing that. All I can do is go, well, I'm not mad about it. I'm just saying I'm not going to applaud them. And if you're mad at me for pointing out the fact that this is absolute hog shit, and what you're saying to applaud these people for shitting in the minds of the youth, you're abhorrible as well. Mine came out smelling pretty precise. I mean, there was obviously the other portion of that that was not so nice, but you know, you get a little bit of the good and a little bit of the bad. um, yeah, I just find it very peculiar, and my ass begs to differ. So was doing a number. You had to get some stuff out, huh? Yeah, mine is just more of a wet. Luckily, it's not giving me the burns. You know how like sometimes you do some sort of cleanses and you get like a Bernie butthole, like a Bernie Sanders butthole, where it's like really tender. No, I don't. That's not giving me that. It's coming out liquidy for sure. Um, for anybody here that's not aware, earlier, um, what's the process of what, Con? You talking about turpentine? Um, is that what you're asking? We'll go over here if you want to talk about it. I mean, I'll talk about it on here. It doesn't matter. Is that what you're asking? The proper way to do it and the proper time to do it? I mean, the proper time is any time, really. I mean, I'm just going to wait to see if you ask, if that's what you're asking, because I'm not going to go over it again. Yeah, okay. So turpentine to cleanse out um, basically parasites. The best way to do it, the best time to do it, I would do it a little different than other people do. But I think everyone would agree on this, that the full moon is the best time to do it, is because that's when parasites come out to eat. A new moon, which is right now, if you've cleansed before, I mean, any time is a good time. It's just, I think it's gonna clean. It's gonna be more blood cleansing at this point. But when you wait until the full moon, these parasites come out, and you'll be cleaning different parts of you. You'll be killing a lot more worms in your intestinal tract. So what you want to do is you want to take maybe a shot, no, see, that's too much. A shot is like 4 tablespoons. About a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons you would start with. I do like a shot because I'm retarded. And you want to mix that with, a lot of people say white sugar. Some people say castor oil. Some people say honey. You gotta just play around with it and see what works best. And you mix that together. It doesn't really mix too well. I mean, the honey mixes up pretty good. Um, yeah, the honey will mix up a little bit. And you consume that. Um, just drink it. There you go. And it's got a. Some people like the taste. Some people absolutely hate it. It'll definitely warm your body up, and so the sugar will attract all the parasites in your body, and then um, the turpentine will kill it. Now, the two schools of thought are: don't add more white sugar because like white sugar is bad for your body. Add another sugar because they want to eat sugar. The other school of thought is, well, they love white sugar, so add more white sugar because that will bring more of them out, right? So that's up for debate. And then the oil thing, some people use castor oil. I've never tried that route, so I cannot um, confirm nor deny its efficacy. Um, Now, however, what I would do different is I would add maybe a drop of wormwood, maybe some cinnamon oil, maybe some, like if you have cinnamon, wormwood, if anything that would be um, all about like cleaning uh, worms up, which are cinnamon, black walnut husk, oregano, like I said, wormwood, cinnamon. Um, did I say black walnut husk? Okay, those things I'd put in there as well, um, and maybe a little tequila, and I would just drink that. Yeah, yeah, it's a big deal. You'll have a lot of die off in you if you do it at the right time. I mean, anytime you're gonna definitely kill off some parasites, man. But if you do it at the right time, like your ears might ring a little bit, your eyes will get brighter. Like Like you'll be able to see better afterwards. Because once you get rid of parasites, it stops eating off your energy inside of your intestines. There's lots of ways of cleaning up the body, but that's one. That's one major way. And you gotta and the die off you will. If you got a lot of junk in you, you will know. You will smell it in the toilet. That's one of the major things about doing cleanses that your nose will tell you like, holy mess. Um, I mean, anytime is a good time to try it, right? Castor oil is all I do. Um, but didn't feel it. The castor oil works. Okay. See, castor oil is good um, because it also gives the so your gallbladder. There's a cleanse called a liver gallbladder cleanse where you use an oil and an acid, and basically what it's doing is it's getting the bile going out of your gallbladder. And most people have a lot of black bile. So once bile gets stuck in your system, it just starts to regurgitate. You're not getting fresh bile into your system. It's very unhealthy. And I didn't, when I would read about this, like, yeah, this is years and years ago. I was like, yeah, okay, sure. So I was like, all right, I'll do some. I didn't do the turpentine first. I did turpentine way later, but I was doing coffee enemas. And the first set of coffee enemas I did, wow, that literally changed my eyesight, changed my hearing, changed my balance, changed my body temperature. Like I'm talking like from that moment afterwards, like my feet weren't cold anymore. Like parasites, the things that came out of me were just. Let me explain it this way. This will be a little bit vivid language we'll use here. I did a course of about I think 21 to 24 coffee enemas. Now turpentine will have a little different effect, but it's they're both very powerful. Um, Over 3 days, I did between 21 and 24 coffee enemas. Most people they would be like, "No, don't do more than two in a day." I'm kind of weird like that. So when I did them, the black bile, like the shit that was coming out of me was not shit. And I know that because I did 2 prior enemas of water and urine and cleaned out my bowels and I hadn't eaten. So literally what was coming out of me was bile. And I could tell because it was not brown, it was black. And it smelled so bad that I was in an upstairs bathroom in a 2,000 plus foot house. Upstairs in the back room, bathroom closed, and at the front of the house, at the front door, you could smell it. I had to light incense all over the house because it smelled like burnt tar, rubber. I mean, I'm telling you, it was the most filthy smell. And I did 24 of these in a row. And every time I would do them, things would come out of me. It wasn't the enema because when you do a coffee enema, you don't use a lot. You use a small amount compared to what a regular enema is because it's putting pressure on your liver and gallbladder. And it was pushing so much bile out of me that and the things that were in it, it was amazing. It was literally the most amazing thing. I was like, how do I keep doing this and stuff keeps coming out of me? And it could not have been because I've done enemas, I've done high colonics. I've done colonics are different than enema. I've gone to a place and had an enema done. I've done a 40-day fast and did a colonic irrigation before and afterwards. I know what comes out. I know what gets cleaned. Nope, it wasn't that. And the amount of parasites and things inside that I was like looking at it going, wow, that was in my body. And the smell was actually like I have a like it like I literally had to take a shower because I felt like I couldn't get it off of me. Yeah, it was like that. This is fun stories from the the archives of doing coffee enemas and turpentine. Because I'd already gone through doing so many of those, I was pretty much, I pretty much had cleaned out all of like years and years of I don't know, like I used to get allergy shots. I had a horrible diet. All of the toxic material that was stuck in there, it all came out. Yeah, man. And then after that, so doing doing turpentine is a little different because I've already cleansed that enough. So you're just kind of like just dealing with parasites that you get. Maybe maybe you went to a pork roast or something. You had a cookout, man. Maybe you get a couple parasites in you. Maybe you ate something bad. So the turpentine will definitely deal with that real quick. Yep, that's the way that I've used the both of them. So there you go. Coffee enemas are the most perfect thing offered to a cleansing. And turpentine on a regular, like, you shouldn't do it too often, but when you do it, it's like, yeah, just clean the house, burn things off, burn some sage, burn some incense, clean your butthole out. More alert, clarity, and energy. Yeah, yeah. Decide to do it definitely. 100% pure grade, pure. Yes. Look for. I think the easiest stuff to get. Go online. You get the. It's called Diamond G. Now, well, I don't know if that's available. I know that's an American company. You could probably get that on Amazon. I'm not sure. Look into it. It comes from a pine tree. That's what you're looking for. Pure grade spirits. You don't want the turpentine that you clean paintbrushes with. Even though this will cure. It will still clean paintbrushes. um, that's commercial varietals. You don't want that. Yeah. Yeah, it is, man. It is. Yeah. 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 Oh, Jay Marley, you've had the same experience with the coffee enemas? Yeah, man. When you tell somebody that, it's like weird. It's like it's it sounds disgusting, but it's better out than in, you know. But yeah, and the pure gum spirits, man. I mean, that is that and oregano and sage are some of the greatest oils to use, like on the skin. As long as you dilute them, you can use a little bit on the skin. If you got a little bit of a rash or something, just put that on the skin, man. Clean that right up. And a lot of the turpentine too will kill candida. Yeah. So, do you guys want to a little bit? We'll see how many more people we get here. Only 5 people in here. God damn! Where the hell is everybody? What y'all doing? Did they get bored of me already today? Did too many shows today? Yeah, man, they hear like drank me some Jim Jones. Ain't that the funny thing, Jay? That they're literally the ones drinking the Kool-Aid, and we're like, well, I'm cleaning the Kool-Aid out of my system. So I sit there like drinking a high C, that Kool-Aid, trying to like run through walls and shit, like, wow. Oh, okay. Start a new stream, maybe? Okay, I'll do that. I'm gonna start a new stream right now.